Nicole Ramirez is the queen of social media. Millions of followers, luxury brand deals, and a life that seems effortlessly glamorous. Every post showcases designer outfits, exotic vacations, and lavish parties. But behind the filters, Nicole reality is far from perfect. In truth, she lives in a cramped apartment, drowning in debt, borrowing clothes from friends, and carefully staging every photo to maintain the illusion. The pressure to keep up appearances is suffocating, but she can't stop, because if she does, everything vanishes. Then, one evening, she receives a message from an anonymous account. "I know the truth." At first, she dismisses it as a troll, but then strange things start happening. Her carefully curated posts begin disappearing. Her followers drop by the thousands. Brands pull their sponsorships. Someone is dismantling her empire piece by piece. Desperate to uncover the truth, Nicole follows the digital breadcrumbs, leading her to a shocking revelation. The person behind the sabotage is her own assistant, Silva. Silva had spent years watching Nicole build her empire, knowing the truth behind every lie. And now she's exposing it all. With her career in ruins, Nicole faces a choice: fight to rebuild the illusion, or finally step into the real world, unfiltered, imperfect, and free. Nicole refuses to let her empire crumble. She may have built her life on illusion, but she's not about to let someone else tear it down. Instead of retreating, she turns the game against Silva. She digs through old messages, contracts, and digital footprints, uncovering Silva's own secrets, hidden debts, forged documents, and a trail of manipulation. Then, in a bold move, Nicole exposes Silva publicly, flipping the narrative. She posts a raw, unfiltered video, admitting to her past deception, but also revealing Silva's betrayal. The internet erupts. Some condemn her, but others admire her honesty. Brands that once abandoned her return, intrigued by her resilience. She rebrands herself, not as the perfect influencer, but as someone who survived the fall and rebuilt herself. Silva, now exposed, vanishes from the industry. And Nicole? She emerges stronger, proving that even in a world built on illusion, the ones who adapt are the ones who survive. Nicole thinks she has won. She exposed Silva, reclaimed her influence, and rebuilt her brand. But just as she starts to settle into her new reality, she receives an anonymous package. Inside is a single photograph, her standing in front of her old apartment, taken from outside the window. Her stomach tightens. Someone has been watching her. Then her phone buzzes. A new message. "You thought Silva was the only one. You were wrong." Panic sets in. She thought she had buried the truth, erased the lies, and moved forward. But someone else knows her secrets, someone who isn't done playing games. As she races to uncover the sender, she realizes the truth. Silva was never the mastermind. She was just the first domino to fall. Nicole's heart pounds as she stares at the anonymous message. "You thought Silva was the only one. You were wrong." She thought she had won. She thought she had reclaimed her life. But now, someone else is pulling the strings. Determined to uncover the truth, she follows the clues, leading her to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city. The air is thick with dust, the silence unnerving. Then she sees it, a wall covered in photographs. Her photographs. Every staged vacation, every borrowed designer outfit, every lie she ever told, documented in chilling detail. And in the center of it all, a single note. "You were my greatest creation." Then, a voice behind her. She turns slowly, her breath catching. It's not Silva, it's her former manager, the person who built her influencer career from the ground up. "Did you really think you did this alone?" Nicole realizes the truth. She was never in control. Every brand deal, every viral moment, every carefully crafted illusion. It was orchestrated. She wasn't just an influencer, she was a product. And now, the person who created her is ready to destroy her. Nicole stands face to face with her former manager, the person who built her influencer empire and orchestrated every move. The realization hits her like a tidal wave. She was never in control. "Did you really think you did this alone?" he sneers, stepping closer. But instead of fear, something shifts inside Nicole. For the first time, she sees the truth, not just about him, but about herself. She was never just a puppet. She was the brand, the face, the force that made it all work. So, she does the unexpected. She walks away. She doesn't fight, doesn't beg, doesn't try to salvage the illusion. She lets it all go. Months later, Nicole is living a quiet life, far from the spotlight. She's working on a book, her real story, unfiltered and raw. And when it's published, it becomes a sensation. Not because of scandal, but because people finally see her for who she truly is. She may have lost the fame, but she gained something far more valuable: herself. Pretending highlights the dangers of living a life based on deception. Pretending to be someone you're not can lead to isolation, anxiety, and eventual collapse. True success comes from authenticity, not illusion.